Welcome to Daywe, Recoin G to explore some of the most valuable and sought after coins in the market. The Monticello Jefferson nickel real coins, specifically the rare 1 cent. Okay, such unusual errors and variations, that they became legends in the world of numismatics. These rare copper beauties were never meant to exist, yet somehow they slipped through the careful hands of the mint, waiting decades for someone to discover their hidden power. The coin itself features the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln on the front, his gaze timeless, his expression steady. On the reverse, 2 graceful wheat stalks curve along the edges, framing the proud words, 1 cent, United States of America. It's a design that whispers simplicity, yet hides immense value for those who truly understand its rarity. Each original copper piece seems to carry the heartbeat of history itself. Now, what makes the 1946 Wheat Penny so incredibly valuable isn't just its age. It's the secret some of these coins hold. Certain pennies were struck on leftover planchets, on steel or silver pieces, or showed minting errors so unique that they became one-of-a-kind treasures. Imagine a coin born from a mistake, a tiny error that turns into a fortune. Such pennies are not just metal, they're miracles. Some versions of the 1946 Wheat Penny show a mysterious doubling on the letters, while others gleam with a slightly different shade of copper. Deeper, redder, and richer. These subtle differences are what collectors chase like buried treasure. A sharp-eyed expert can spot the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and another worth hundreds of thousands or even millions. That's the magic hidden inside this small circle of metal. Picture this, a forgotten box in an attic. A handful of old coins left behind by your grandfather. You brush away the dust, and there it is, a 1946 Wheat Penny, glowing softly with age. At that moment, you may not realize you're holding something that could change your entire life. But to a true collector, that coin might be worth more than gold, more than diamonds, because it tells a story that no gem could ever tell. These pennies carry the soul of an era. 1946 was a year when the world was breathing again after the storms of war. Copper, which had been used in weapons and machinery, was finally returning to the mint. Each coin made that year is a tiny symbol of peace, a reminder that even the smallest things can shine brightest after the darkest times. But the story doesn't end there. Some 1946 Wheat Pennies are believed to have been struck on leftover shell casings from the war, meaning the copper, once used in battle, was reborn into coins of peace. Think about that. From bullet casings to pennies, that transformation alone gives the coin a value beyond numbers, beyond price, a living story of history, struggle, and rebirth. Collectors across the world have paid unimaginable amounts for certain 1946 Wheat Pennies, the rarest varieties. Those with unique metallic compositions or minting flaws have crossed auction blocks for sums that sound like dreams. For the ordinary eye, it's just an old penny. But for the trained gaze, it's a masterpiece, a golden ticket hiding in plain sight. So if you ever come across a 1946 Wheat Penny in good condition, copper shining through its aged surface, don't ignore it. Don't toss it aside or spend it on something small. Hold it, study it, treasure it, because that coin might hold the key to your future. Its power is not just in its metal, but in the mystery of how something so small could carry the weight of fortune. The true beauty of this coin isn't just its financial worth, but its ability to connect the past and the present. Every scratch tells a story, every mark a journey, through countless hands and decades. Owning a 1946 Wheat Penny isn't just about wealth, it's about holding time itself. A whisper from 79 years ago saying, "I've survived and so can you." So the next time you see that humble little coin, that 1946 Wheat Penny with its copper gleam and wheat design, look closer. Because inside that penny might lie your destiny. Maybe it's worth $1, maybe $1 million. But what's certain is that it carries a magic money can't buy, the power to change fortunes overnight and remind us that even the smallest piece of metal can hold the biggest dreams. The next up top 2. Deep in the vaults of American history lies a coin so small yet so powerful. The 1952 Wheat Penny. At first glance, it seems like an ordinary copper 1 cent coin. But for those who understand its rarity and mystery, it is a symbol of fortune waiting to be discovered. The 1952 Wheat Penny from the United States of America carries more than just the image of Abraham Lincoln. It carries the legacy of post-war resilience, craftsmanship, and an age where every cent had meaning. This coin was born in a time when America was rebuilding, when hope was imprinted into every coin that left the mint. The wheat ears on the back of the 1952 penny are not just decoration. They represent growth, prosperity, and abundance. The copper glow of the coin, when held under the light, tells a story of endurance. If you have a 1952 wheat penny with that rich reddish tone still shining through, know that you hold a living piece of history in your hand. The 1952 wheat penny is part of the iconic Lincoln series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. Made primarily from copper, this coin was produced in 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each with its own mark of distinction. But what makes this coin particularly fascinating is that some rare variations, minting errors, and flawless conditions have turned simple pennies into coins worth unimaginable sums today. Imagine this. A coin once used to buy candy or a newspaper could now buy you a mansion, luxury cars, and a lifetime of freedom. The 1952 wheat penny, in extraordinary condition, especially one struck with full sharp details, carries a magnetic charm for collectors. It's not merely about the metal, it's about perfection, rarity, and the story that each coin whispers. In today's world, where collectibles have become treasures of the past, one flawless 1952 penny can command prices that defy belief. The beauty of this coin lies in its simplicity. The front side proudly bears Abraham Lincoln's profile, symbolizing leadership and endurance, while the back displays 2 stalks of wheat embracing the words 1 cent. These symbols remind collectors and dreamers alike that greatness can come from humble beginnings. Every line, every shine, every letter engraved on this coin carries an essence of American pride. Over the decades, certain 1952 wheat pennies have surfaced with minting flaws, double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual metal blends. These are the magical mistakes that transform a regular penny into a fortune-bearing artifact. When a coin like that appears in auctions, the bidding war begins, and collectors are willing to pay tens of thousands, sometimes even millions, for the right specimen. That's the mystery of coinage. Perfection and imperfection both hold value, but rarity reigns supreme. Many people don't realize the importance of condition. A well-preserved, glossy red-tone 1952 wheat penny in mint state is like a jewel. Over 70 years have passed since it was struck, and finding one with its original brilliance untouched by time is almost miraculous. If your coin still gleams with that original copper glow and sharp definition, you could be sitting on a fortune beyond imagination. Collectors across generations have called the Wheat Penny series the heart of American coinage. Among them, the 1952 edition stands out as one of the most charming survivors of its era. Its connection to history, its role in everyday life, and its lasting design make it a timeless masterpiece. For true collectors, owning such a coin isn't just a hobby. It's a connection to the spirit of the nation that built itself 1 cent at a time. Some private collectors have even traded this coin for staggering sums when it exhibits unique characteristics: a perfect strike, an ultra-red luster, or a flawless edge. Those rare examples, encapsulated and graded at the highest levels, are said to have crossed the $1 million mark in private collections. That's the magic of rarity. When something so common becomes uncommon, it transforms into a legend. Think about this. Millions of 1952 wheat pennies were made, but only a handful survived time without losing their brilliance. Many were spent, melted, or worn down by circulation. But those few untouched, those few cared for by time, now stand as silent kings of value. Each one holds the potential to rewrite someone's destiny overnight. If you ever find yourself holding a 1952 wheat penny with a sharp strike, perfect edges, and deep copper tone, don't rush to spend it. Don't trade it for less than it's worth. That tiny coin could be your golden ticket, a symbol of luck, history, and hidden wealth. Every legendary collector's journey begins with recognizing the treasure in plain sight. And your 1952 penny might just be that spark. So the next time you look at that small, humble coin, remember, it's not just a piece of metal. It's a time traveler from 1952, carrying the hopes and stories of generations past. It's a whisper from history telling you to look closer, to believe in the extraordinary hidden within the ordinary. The 1952 wheat penny isn't just a coin. It's a key, a copper key that could unlock unimaginable fortune and turn an ordinary person into a legend overnight.